Hello. I'm hoping this is working. I'm looking very cautiously at the. Oh, there we go. We're broadcasting. Amazing. I've cut back with all the other technology and I've made this a little bit simpler. So I'm broadcasting to YouTube fast because I wanted to make sure we had the connection working. And I can see your comments just below. So hopefully that is working. I'm just going to do a quick refresh just to make sure that this is all connected, which it looks like it's connected. So that's looking very hopeful. And hello Madrid. I've just seen somebody tuned in from Madrid. That's fantastic. Madrid. Wow. Okay. Right. And let's start Instagram, and hopefully we'll see how this works. We did a vote recently to see if this might be worth trying. So Instagram's now just coming on. It's just loading, and we're going to see how that's going to work. This is interesting. Having a little go at this. So we've got people joining. Fantastic, great. Okay, so we've got people on Instagram and people on YouTube. This is fantastic. This is going to be really confusing looking at two screens. But welcome everyone to Quarantine Etiquette, episode 59. I've got Simba sitting here ready to take any questions. And do you do phone calls? No, I didn't think you did. Okay. Do you know, I was just thinking a minute ago, this looks a bit like the scene from Austin Powers, doesn't it? Where you have the bad guy who's got the cat on his lap, and instead of the cat, I've got I've got Simba, star of stage and screen, and of course star of Quarantine Etiquette. Hi everyone. I can see questions, I can see conversations, which is really good. So I'm watching what everyone is saying. Oh, somebody I know, Harrison. Hi, Harrison. Say hi, Simba. Thanks for joining, everyone. I hope you're all well and you're all safe. Normally we just do this on YouTube, but we thought we'd have a go on Instagram as well, just to see if it works and if there's interest in it. As I said, I hope you're all well and everyone's keeping safe, and I'm sure many of you are starting to, like myself, return back to work. Fantastic to see so many people tuning in from many countries, which is fantastic. Really, really good. Simba, you're quite a star. A lot of the comments coming up are actually for you. I think you're quite famous. I think Simba's. I think you're becoming more famous than me. Well, he does have a dressing room, and he does have a makeup artist. So he's he's got all the stuff. Oh, sorry, not Cameron. Cameron, not Harrison. Sorry, Cameron. Hi. I've had too many elderflowers today, just to let you know. The heat in elderflower is getting to me, so I'm getting confused with who everyone is. But thanks for joining, everyone. Really good to see that there's viewers on both YouTube and Instagram. For those on Instagram that might not know, on YouTube we run this every week. We do a pre-recorded show, which has got the Dachshunds, who are all in the garden just now, relaxing. And the theme is etiquette, but it's supposed to be with a bit of fun. So it's to have a bit of fun with it at the same time as being something serious. Quite nice to see so many people that I recognise on Instagram saying hi, which is fantastic. Look, Simba, your son's father's watching as well, which is great. So there we go. Henry and Herge are watching. There you go. Look, he's thrilled about that, isn't he? Fantastic. Well, so thanks for joining, everyone. I think we've got enough here to now begin. So what I was going to say, for those on Instagram that haven't seen what happens on YouTube, every week we do a pre-recorded show and we do a live one, which is what we're doing just now. And in the live one, it gives people the opportunity to ask questions, whether it be etiquette-based, possibly royal-based, or even Dachshund-based, because the Dachshunds are becoming stars in their own rights. And we also do what I like to call the Royal Butler's tip of the day. Fantastic. I just saw somebody call me my lord, and I got very excited about that, and then I realised you just call me my lord. Thank you, Peter. I do appreciate being called my lord, especially in my kind of grand surroundings. So somebody says, see, this is what I mean. The questions are coming in for Simba. This is what's terrifying. What is Simba's favourite colour? Simba, can I ask you, what is your, God, this is like one of these Muppet shows, isn't it? Simba, what is your favourite colour? Yes, I thought so. He just for the person that asked, was it? So I didn't see who asked the question. but whoever it was that asked, his favourite colour is black. There's a surprise. Yes, favourite colour is black. So there we go. Right. Oh, and another friend's joined. Fantastic. This is. I think Instagram is mostly made up of my friends and family, which is wonderful. Fantastic. Right. So, Butler tip of the day. I just want to have a quick chat to you, and this is where half of you are going to switch off, about napkin rings. So, do many of you use napkin rings? Yes, thank you, Peter. Do many of you use? It's a shame. Those on YouTube have got no idea what I'm probably responding to on Instagram. I'll need to work out how to do this. But anyway, so yes. So who knows about napkin rings? Does anyone use napkin rings? Am I the only person that still uses them? For those of you that are lucky enough to come and have one of my candlelit suppers, know that I'm quite fond of. Okay, not really. I think they've kind of died out actually, haven't they? No, both on Instagram and YouTube, I'm getting the same responses. Most people are saying no. Sharon, hi Sharon. Sharon's saying she does. Of course, I wouldn't expect any less, Sharon. So the question that I was asked recently was, why napkin rings? What's the purpose of napkin rings? And quite simply, it was for, in the days of having house parties, it was a way of saving on the laundry. So basically, the napkin would be used for the dinner, say, and the breakfast, and dare I even say the lunch, and you would have the same napkin ring, and it would either have your name on it or it would have a number. So your name, of course, you're in very good company if you had your name, but potentially it would have a number engraved, and you could get silvery, dare I say bone, ivory, bone, but silver was obviously the kind of the elite, and this is a silver one I've got here. And as I said, you would have your name in it, and you would use it 2 or 3 times, and then it would get washed. Forgive if you hear a bit of traffic in the background. I'm not sitting on the M4. Obviously, it's rush hour where I am, so there's obviously traffic coming back and forward. I'm just going to keep glancing at the comments as we go. I've just seen somebody just mentioned it make a lovely hat. Yes, thank you, Faye. It would make a lovely hat, and I'm pleased to say that we're not going to share any pictures here today. Sorry, a private joke from a private friend once again. So that was the point of napkin rings, and I think they're lovely if you've got them. I think they're fantastic to use. And today, obviously, if you stay at somebody's for a long weekend, when you've used the napkin, it normally gets laundered after each meal. But I still think, being Scottish, it's quite a good little custom maybe to bring back, because it saves on the laundry bill. That might be just me that's saying that. And yes, it's well worth investing in some napkin rings. And napkin etiquette does state that if you use a napkin at the end of the meal, you leave it on the table and you don't fold it, because this goes back to napkin rings, when you would fold the napkin to go in the ring to show that you were going to come back. So it was a sign to kind of say that was what you were going to to show that you were going to come back. I've just seen, so I'm getting a few requests on Instagram to share the video, but I'm going to decline on this one. I'm just looking at some of the comments on YouTube here. Yes, somebody's just said in America you can find them. Really, you can find them in America. That's fantastic, because they were, I think, and please correct me if I'm wrong, I believe they were a Victorian invention. The Victorians invented everything. They've got, as you've seen the other day, I've even got a spoon warmer, which was invented by the Victorians. Asparagus tongs. The Victorians were very good at creating many things. So there you go. So if you've got napkin rings, it is worth using them. And the purpose of the napkin ring is that you can then reuse it over a long weekend, and you can certainly get quite a few uses out of it. And then obviously at the end of the weekend is when you would then have them laundered. So it's that simple. And someone's just joined on Instagram that actually very kindly gave me some very smart napkin rings. If that's Trish that's maybe joined. So there we go. So that's napkin rings. So if you've got napkin rings, definitely use them, and that's the purpose. They are to be used. The idea is, as I mentioned, for breakfast, lunches, or dinners, you use them and then you put them back in. You roll them, as you can see here. You roll them back in, and then they're ready to use for the next meal. But today, most homes, if you would have dinner with the Queen, it's highly unlikely that you'll have the same napkin for breakfast. So that just gives you an idea. So it's more likely that you will, in those kind of circles, that you will get fresh napkins. So I'm just having a look at the comments now. Yeah, yes. Um, I don't. Some of the comments coming on Instagram, there's some really interesting ones, and some that I'm probably going to going to quickly move over, as he says. Yes, Sharon. This is very much a double act. I'm trying to do both of these. In fact, somebody suggested I should do Periscope as well, but I don't think I could cope with Periscope, YouTube, and Instagram. So this part, obviously, we've now had a little discussion. Does anyone get any questions about napkin rings? And then I'm going to say, does anyone have any questions in general, etiquette or royal related? So I'm just having a little look here. Highly unlikely if I have dinner with the Queen. You say that, stranger things have happened. Sharon, when I get the phone call to say that you're having dinner with the Queen, it won't surprise me. I'm just seeing if there's any questions. Does anyone get any questions, etiquette related? Someone's just asked on Instagram, Shannon's just asked if we've done any napkin folds. We've done a couple. I would do one here, but unfortunately I don't actually have the facilities. I don't have the table to do it. I'm just looking at the comments down here. Yeah, someone's just mentioned napkin rings. You can find them in antique shops. You can. I've actually got quite a few. I've got quite a collection of napkin rings. I've got quite a few napkin rings. I've got a whole drawer of them. So I've managed to kind of collect them over the last couple of years. As some of you have seen, when we've done these inside, you've seen the amount of unusual items that I've got. So I've managed to collect quite a few. So someone's just asking why I'm not, Peter, there's a reason why I'm not sharing my time with you at the moment, because I have a feeling it could become a complete disaster. I managed to keep things in control just about. Maybe next week. I know we talked about having guests come on the Quarantine Etiquette. Maybe we'll have you on as a guest, which would be interesting. I think it'd be certainly interesting. Hello, Patty. Good to see Patty as well. It's nice on Instagram as well to see some people from that I know from Instagram and from Twitter. Are there any napkin folds that might fit into a napkin ring? You wouldn't normally fold a napkin and then put it into a napkin ring. Basically, I'm going to let you all into a secret. The reason I'm not doing a napkin fold, because it is going to become a bit silly, I've actually done myself an injury. I'm letting you into a huge secret. I've had an accident. So I can only use, for the demonstration purposes, I can only use my right hand. The left hand is completely unusable at the moment, and I have had it in a sling. But obviously for television purposes, I have taken it out of the sling. And I don't quite know if I want to tell you I have managed to injure my hand, because it was one of the most, there we go, the questions, what happened. It's a bit of an awkward one. Yes, exactly, Shannon, of course I can. Well, in fact, it's really funny. Those of you on Instagram are asking, but on YouTube and get asked the same question. It's not really to do with etiquette, is it? We're kind of moving completely out of this. Basically, I had a confrontation. That's what we'll call it, a confrontation, a battle. I had a battle, and the battle went really, really well. And I'm all about, no violence, no fighting, nothing like that at all. It was a very kind of civilized battle with a wheelie bin. I had a battle with a wheelie bin. There we go, I've admitted it. It's like Confessions of the Royal Butler. And the wheelie bin won. The wheelie bin won. And an empty wheelie bin, there was nothing in it. The wheelie bin won, and we realised it was man down, and I very quickly had to take myself off to E&E. And can you imagine the embarrassment of the Royal Butler having to be treated for an assault by a wheelie bin? I would appreciate it if we can keep that to ourselves, because it was a rather embarrassing moment. But thank you. See, now I'm getting sympathy. This is great. There you go, Sharon. Because I've told everyone, I'm now getting sympathy, which is great. I just saw a question. What do you do with the ring when you eat in it? Oh, napkin ring. Yeah, absolutely. That's a really good question. So what I was going to say with the napkin ring, and the napkin. All you do fold-wise is this is going to be a disaster trying to show you this, but you kind of roll it around like that, and then, I don't know how to do this now. Simba, I need your help. Simba, don't just lie there, assist me. And then thread it into the ring. When you're using the napkin ring can be placed on, it can either go on the table or it can go on your side plate, but bear in mind that your side plate might be used for your bread, which should be offered when you have bread and wine before the meal starts, that's why you don't really want to put it on the plate. So the idea is to put it just next to where the plate is, so it's out the way and it's not in the way of the glasses. Yes, I am. I have told everyone, haven't I? I have told the world. I am getting better. Thank you, Peter. One arm bandit. I have been called many things, but one arm bandit. But so at the moment, I can still use one hand to wave and things, which is fantastic. And I know I can still pick Simba up with one hand, which is very good. Someone's just put here, just got here. Hello, Suzanne. Suzanne, maybe you've already mentioned, but should one use a napkin ring or a napkin fold? Personal choice. Entirely up to you. You can use a napkin ring or the napkin fold. I prefer folding the napkins. But if I've got people, so I'll fold the napkins, say, for the dinner, and then I'll place the napkin ring on the table. So at the end of the meal, they can then put the napkin in the napkin ring, and then they've got it for breakfast, which is a great idea. So it's worth thinking about that. Ladies applying lipstick, please, what is the etiquette? I got in trouble for this. I put a tweet out and I got in trouble, and some of you might agree or disagree with this. And ladies, tell me if I'm wrong, but I did say that technically in public you don't normally put lipstick on. It's something you do in private or in the loo or the lavatory or the ladies' rooms. You know, you obviously go to the ladies' rooms and then that's where you apply the makeup. However, I was corrected in this, and there is footage of the Queen applying lipstick in public. So it's a tricky one, isn't it? It's a personal thing. It's a personal choice. But I think there's occasions when a lady has to do it. What's the talk on tomorrow? Peter, I think tomorrow the talk will be on wheelie bins, on how to avoid confrontations with wheelie bins. I think that'll be the talk for tomorrow. Sorry, I'm just leaning forward so I can read the comments on YouTube. There's quite a few here. Thank you. Hopefully I will get better soon. Christmas napkin rings, family names. That's a really nice idea. That's a great idea. Napkin rings with your family names as place names is a great idea. I really recommend that you do that. And hopefully, obviously, you use them. Do you use them just for Christmas, or do you use them? Are they just for Christmas, or do you use them other times of the year? Annie, love that idea. Did I miss that? Was there an idea suggested on YouTube and I've missed it? I might have missed that one. Could we do the history of napkins? Rosa, I've done a blog on napkins, on the history of napkins, because it's quite interesting actually, because if you go back to the time of the Romans, they used to use dough to mop up the crumbs from bread and things. So what I might do is we might do one of these live ones and maybe share the link for the blog, because it is quite interesting, because obviously it's evolved over the years, the napkins, and there's obviously different sizes for different meals as well. I don't know if you know that. There's different sizes for breakfast, lunch and dinner, and you want to make sure that, obviously, as Peter on Instagram will know, you want to make sure that you're using the right size for the right meal. I like the festive rings I purchased with my, yeah, I think that's a lovely idea. And it's a good idea. I hadn't thought of that, napkin rings with names on them. And I just saw somebody over here who has joined us, who actually gave me for my 40th birthday, an old friend, I hope this is right, Patricia, who actually gave me some really nice napkin rings for my 40th birthday that I love using. Instagram, I've had a question from Kat Mandaf, hope that's correct. What is the most praised royal memorabilia? Wow, royal memorabilia. I'm guessing you mean what I've been given. There's been so many things over the years. I think probably Christmas, we used to get given personal gifts, which was really nice. And I've still got a lot of those. Well, I've got all of them actually. What am I saying? I've got some of them. I've got all of them. And they're something that I do treasure. And I did a show for Channel 5, one of the many shows for Channel 5, but one of them on, I think it was Christmas with the Royals, and I actually showed you some of the gifts. I've noticed Channel 5 have had me on quite a lot on over the last couple of weekends on different shows, different royal shows. So if you have catch up and you find one, I think it's either Christmas with the Royals or Sanjin with the Royals, and you'll see some of the ideas. Oh, there you go. So you've seen it. You saw it in Channel 5. That gives you an idea. I think it was cups. Was it cups and sauces I showed on that one? I'm not exactly sure. Just coming to cover YouTube again. Thank you. I look forward to the blog. Oh, napkin. Yeah, someone just asked about how long the wood's been used for. No, it's older than the 1660s. It goes back to the. This is really testing my memory because I have done a blog on it, but I believe that the woods originate much further back than the 1600s. I think you're going back certainly to the medieval Roman times even. I'm gonna have to refresh my memory by reading the blog and share it with you, but it's got all the facts. It's all factual and it's all been well researched. I'll quickly add. Yes, someone on Instagram's just said, when am I going to host the Naked Butler? I think you've got the wrong show. This is Quarantine Etiquette with the Royal Butler, and just so we haven't forgot, the Royal Dachshunds. Here we go. Here's one of the Royal Dachshunds. This is Simba, for those of you who might not know. And Simba is... Simba's not... Simba, you don't really like the... I'm going to have to use my sore hand. Excuse me for a second. Simba, he's a fan of doing the filming that we do, but when it comes to the live feeds, he's not so keen, are you? You get a little bit shy, don't you? Yes, I know it's a hard life. I know. Tell me about it. Any questions for Simba? He'll love to take questions, wouldn't you? Yes, you're quite. Yes, that look is the look of unhappiness. That's disapproval. He's actually become famous in his own right. I do online classes now, and the online classes, for those of you who might be interested, you can book through my website, theroyalbutler.co.uk, and we now get requests for the Royal Dachshunds to be in the classes. So it's quite interesting doing one of my etiquette classes with the Royal Dachshunds. They don't normally sit at the table, but they're round about. There's a question. Someone said, Simba, how do you cope with the fame? This is the look of a famous dog. Look at that look. Simba, you're on camera. Think regal. Think regal. Yeah. There we go. He's looking regal. There we go. How do you do? Love that. Thank you. How do you do? That's someone on Instagram just come up with the very traditional greeting. How do you do? And for those of you who might not know, the response to how do you do is always how do you do back. Watch My Fair Lady. You'll see it done beautifully by Audrey Hepburn. Someone's just put Dachshunds might enjoy collars with their names on them, especially on Christmas. That's a good idea because people always kind of forget their names because there's quite a few of them. Does Simba like do you like ice cream? Someone's on Instagram asked if you like treats, and someone said, do you like ice cream? Do I need to say any more? Ice cream and cream. You shouldn't really give your dogs cream. Quickly add. Little health and safety note just to put in there. Simba's favourite treat, chicken. Simple as, loves chicken. This is not quite the etiquette questions I imagined. We've got another Dachshund coming up. Okay, we're only going to do this for a few more minutes, and then we're going to have to. I have to go in because it will soon be time to feed the raw Dachshunds. But here we've got Sura. Now Instagram can obviously see Sura quite easily, but YouTube can't. So there we go. There's Sura, and Sura is the mother of the puppies that you see, aren't you? You're the mum, and Simba is the dad. So the husband and wife. Wonderful wedding ceremony a few years ago. Fantastic, really good. Anyone that was able to make it. Do you do a plastering or plumbing? No, I think somebody's got really confused as to what they're watching here. No, the Royal Butler. We do etiquette and royal questions. We don't do. If you want plastering and plumbering, I suggest you contact your local plasterer or plumber. Does Simba like to shop? Simba loves to shop. Question on YouTube. Simba loves to shop. I actually some shops allow him to go in, and he gets treated. In some of the local shops that we go into, they've obviously got to know him, and he gets treated. So he's quite lucky. He kind of goes everywhere, odd enough, but he hasn't been recognised in public because obviously with lockdown he's not been out and about. He's been making do at home. It's been very difficult for him, but soon he'll be able to go out and about, and then who knows? Maybe he'll be recognised. When will you be in America? I was in America twice at the end of last year. I came out to, because Kelly Clarkson, the singer, invited me onto a talk show, and then I came out for a private holiday the second time, which was really nice. I would like to come back out again this year, so hopefully. I haven't been. The thing is, I've talked about coming out to do some etiquette classes and things, so who knows? Watch this space. But at the moment, I'd like to come back out for another holiday when I get an opportunity. Should you drink alcohol at events or stay sober if others are drinking? Is a question I've just been asked on Instagram. If you're at an event, if you drink, it is obviously a good idea to have a drink if it's been offered, but don't overindulge is the advice I give. So people sometimes think I'm being a bit kind of unfair, but I always think have one or two drinks. Depends what the event is. If it's a public event, if it's friends and family, then obviously you're going to enjoy it, but no driving home. But if it's a public event, then once again, make sure you've planned the journey there and back, so no driving involved. But then you can have one or two drinks, but don't. The idea is not. Can I say don't get intoxicated, because it's not such a good look for you, or if you say you're there for your company, so it's worth to kind of keep an eye on that. Someone on Instagram said that they saw me in the Kelly Clarkson show. It was really good fun, and those of you that might have seen the Kelly Clarkson show, you even get me to see you get me to see me doing some dancing. I don't dance. I'll quickly add, I do not dance, but Kelly got me to do some dancing. So if you do get a chance, we'll need to see if we can find the link. You might quite enjoy it. And then is Simba expecting a Fulton Mason's dog hamper any time? Simba would love a Fulton Mason's dog hamper, wouldn't you? I don't know if you can hear him. I'm gonna have to hang on a second. I'm gonna pop Surah in because he's trying to stand up. Here we go. Simba, would you like a Fulton Mason's dog hamper? Need I say any more? Look at that look. That's Fulton Mason is his second home. I mean, that's this is his kind of background. He likes that kind of thing. So I think he would love a hamper from Fulton and Mason. Where did the little tartan kilt come from? I think you mean Dora, who's just lying. Oh, she's gone back in actually. Dora's little kilt. I can't remember. Probably from, dare I say, a junk shop or something. Probably known me, or a charity shop. But she quite likes her little kilt, and I think she looks quite smart. Can a woman be a butler too? Patty has just asked. Yes, absolutely. I've trained butlers, female butlers. In fact, last year, both courses that I ran, I did 3 courses last year, and on all 3 courses we had female butlers. So you certainly can. Trish, no, we now do the show, and this is where it's going to really upset the people on YouTube, because they wanted me to do this every night and I just can't. But we do this once a week, every Monday night at 6 o'clock. And then on Thursday, as YouTube know, on Thursday we do a live, sorry, not a live, we do a pre-recorded show. So we film it this week and then it goes out on the Thursday, and that way the Dachshunds get involved. The Dachshunds get involved as well. So so Mondays is this live one, and I'm trying to make it a bit more interesting. We're trying Instagram to see if this works, and obviously it does. We've been doing YouTube now for YouTube audience. How long have we been doing this? Is it? I dread to think we've been doing this for about 2 months now. But we're looking at expanding and also bringing on other guests, because there's many interesting people that we've met over the years. And we thought it'd be quite fun to have some celebrity friends or other friends from private households and things join in, which would be quite good fun. So just to keep it relevant, if that makes sense. Now, of course, the Royal Dachshunds will always be around to join as well, so it should be quite good fun. And no, Peter, we're not going to do any plastering or plumbing courses. I do apologise for those of you on YouTube. This is somebody I actually know from Instagram, and he's asking if we do any plastering or plumbing courses. I'm good at many things, Peter. I am good at, well, apart from wheelie bins. I'm not good with wheelie bins, as I've discovered. Wheelie bins and me do not go on. But apart from that, I can do most things. Somebody, I assume this is a lady, has just asked what's the classiest nails for a lady. I always say go with Royals. Do what the Royals do. It's not all natural. You know, they go for very neutral colours. How about that for a trapno and this kind of thing? It should be they should be well manicured regularly, and they should be neutral colours, so nothing too bright or kind of distracting, if I can say that. So there's a good little tip, and I've experienced that personally, obviously from being lucky enough to spend time around Royals. Yes, Suzanne, guests. I am seriously thinking about how we can bring guests in. I'm just trying to work the technology out. If you saw how much technology is in front of me just now, I feel like I'm addressing the world at the moment with all the different cameras and the setup here, so I can see what everyone's saying. But what I'd like to do is also work out how I could bring in guests, and I am looking at the technology so that we can do this, because obviously just now, even though we're coming out of lockdown, to bring guests in, it'd be quite good if I could do this remotely. So we're we're having a thing. Someone just said, "What do you think of the docking at the International Space Station?" I watched all that. I found it really interesting. I wouldn't like to be an astronaut. I couldn't. I'm not very good in small spaces. I'm not good at, well, obviously I'm not good in small spaces. I mean, look at me with a wheelie bin. But anyway, I'm not good in small spaces. But I found that really interesting, quite amazing actually. I think if we had to evacuate the Earth at some point and we had to obviously go in a spaceship, then I would. Simba, do you think you could cope with that? Simba, do you think you could cope with having to evacuate? Not now. We're not going right now. I'm just saying in the future, possibly, potentially. Yes. Okay. There you go. So that's what he thinks. Peter, for your first game. Yes, Faye, that would be. I thought, Faye on Instagram, I thought you were suggesting we have one of the astronauts from the International Space Station, which would be a fantastic idea. But yes, we'll have to have a we'll have a conversation with that idea. We'll revisit that one. Right. Oh, and very last little thing I want to quickly point out. I've got some of my beverage this evening, and it's non-alcoholic today. I know normally I have my gin and tonic. Today I have got my elderflower, which I made on what day was the episode? Last Thursday. So that was episode 58, where I made my elderflower cordial, which is quite delicious. And if you want to know how to make it, go on YouTube and look up episode 58, and you'll see exactly how to do it. I'm just going to read one or two more comments. Could you add someone to the live video? They need to request, and you just said that's a good idea. That's a really good idea about Instagram. It works for Instagram because then you can have someone join. But I think with YouTube, they wouldn't actually see that unless we had the Instagram on a bigger screen. So let me have a little think about that. The best gift to bring when attending a barbecue, beverage. Suggest about bringing some beverage or something to contribute towards the barbecue is a nice idea. So you might want to see if, even a dessert or something. Dessert, pudding. Sorry, I should say pudding. If it's a dessert, remember dessert is ices and fruit. So you could always offer that. My favourite tea, Earl Grey. Earl Grey tea. And lift etiquette. Caroline, of course, and Clark. Lift etiquette. We've got somebody actually joined us who I know from the States, and her husband has just celebrated a big birthday. I won't give the secret away, I won't say how old, but a very special birthday. And we met in a lift, and we kind of discovered lift etiquette. So thank you for joining. Really good to see you here. But lift etiquette, I think we should do that. The next time if we go on a Seaborn, I think we do lift etiquette. Do you not think that's a good idea? I think that'd be fantastic. Pork pie etiquette. That'd be interesting. FaceTime with 6 people. Trish, that would be a good idea if that could be done. I like these ideas. I'm gonna have to look into the technology and see how to do it. I'm just looking over at YouTube for comments. We can say a video about flatware, and I'll think about maybe further etiquette videos on dinnerware to give you more ideas. Love the fact someone's just said the love Earl Grey. Obviously, they like the idea of having other guests, so that's quite good. And Julie has just put, do you have any information on the Queen's Doll's House? You mean the Queen's Doll's House at Windsor Castle, I'm guessing? If you have the opportunity to visit, eventually, once lockdown's over, well worth having a look at. I've been there. I went round and had a look at it about 10 years ago. No more, 15 years ago. So if you get the opportunity, it's well worth having a look. And then, do you read the tea leaves after having tea, like a forecast? As I'm very good at many things, but I think the tea reading, I'll leave that to Mystic. I'll leave that to Mystic Meg. I think that's a safer thing. Oh, Smudge! Look, your son. This is sorry for those of you wondering what I'm on about. This is one of Shumba's son's new parents, old parents now, has just joined us. So Shumba, I thought you would like to. Shumba, you're looking a lot there, that way, that camera. There we go. Well done. No, wrong camera. There isn't a camera over there, is there? Is there a camera that way? No, the camera's in front or the camera up there. Yeah, there we go. Look how confused he is. He's not happy. Too many cameras. Very confused. Anyway, we've gone on for quite a while, a lot longer than normal. It's supposed to be 20 minutes. We've now done over half an hour. Not good. I'm going to leave it there. I will join you for another live episode on Monday, next Monday. And then on Thursday, we'll put up the normal pre-recorded episode. Can you believe Thursday, it will be episode... Is it episode 60? I think it's episode 60. Wow, 60 episodes. Can't believe that. When we started out, we thought we'd do about 14. Anyway, there we go. Right, I'm going to... Oh, hi, Sab. Is it Sab? Sab's just said hello. Another... is it a border collie? Border collie just said hello. Right, we're going to end there. I'm going to have to, very kind of undignified, try to work out how to turn all this off. And as I said, we'll join you live again next Monday and pre-recorded on Thursday for episode 70. Do you want to quickly say bye, Shumba? Yeah, it's a bit like it's a bit like Keith and Orville, isn't it? This. There we go. You saying bye? Yeah. Look how he's looking at the look how he's looking in the cameras. Episode 69 will probably be something to do with plastering and plumbing, Peter, as you seem to be quite keen on me doing something like that. So we'll have a. Don't worry, everyone. It won't be. We'll make a plan. I'll have a meeting tomorrow morning with the Royal Dachshunds, and we'll decide what the next episode is going to be. Enjoy your evening, enjoy all your day, whatever you might be doing, and we'll see you in live chat on Thursday for episode 70. Take care, everyone. Stay safe, and bye for now. Saying bye, Shumba? Yeah, well done, Shumba. Very good. Right. Okay. Bye, everyone on YouTube, and thanks for joining. If I can work out how to turn it off.